My parents asked me to pay for my sister's wedding after I just got out of nursing school, and I'm drowning in debt. I'm 24, just graduated nursing school with $80,000 in loans. My sister Daniela is 22, dropped out sophomore year to become an influencer with 3,000 followers. She lives at home, doesn't pay rent, and posts TikToks about her aesthetic morning routines. Last month, she got engaged to her boyfriend Trevor, of 6 months. Mom called me yesterday, practically squealing with excitement. We're throwing Daniela the wedding of her dreams. It'll be $30K, but don't worry. We figured out how to pay for it. I was confused. They've been struggling financially for years, behind on their mortgage payments. You'll cover it, right, honey? You have a good job now, and Daniela really deserves this. She's been through so much with her anxiety and depression. I actually laughed out loud, thinking it was some kind of twisted joke. It wasn't. Daniela can't contribute anything, obviously, and we've already put deposits down at the country club. You're the responsible one in the family. This is what family does for each other. They'd already booked the venue, the photographer, the florist, the caterers, the DJ, the entire wedding party, without asking me, without even mentioning it. I hung up immediately and blocked both their numbers. 3 days later, my sister showed up at my apartment at 7 a.m., still in her pajamas, mascara running down her face. The vendors are calling non-stop asking for payment. Mom and dad told everyone you'd cover it. My wedding is in exactly 2 weeks. Please, I'm begging you. I looked her dead in the eyes and said, then you better start making some really good content, Daniela. 2 weeks passed. I didn't pay a single cent. I worked my regular shifts at the hospital, came home to my tiny studio apartment, ate ramen, and paid my bills like always. The wedding day arrived. I got dozens of furious texts from relatives calling me selfish, heartless, and jealous. Cousins I hadn't spoken to in years were suddenly messaging me about family loyalty. But I went to work my 12-hour shift at the hospital like any other Saturday. Around 3 p.m., during what should have been ceremony time, Daniela called me sobbing hysterically. The venue kicked us out this morning. The photographers packed up and left. The caterers never showed up. The flowers were repossessed. Everyone's standing around in the parking lot in their wedding dresses with nowhere to go. Grandma drove 3 hours for nothing. Mom's having a full panic attack. That sounds really rough, I said calmly while checking on my patient in room 204. You completely ruined my wedding day, she screamed through tears. No, Daniela. Mom and dad ruined your wedding when they promised vendors money they didn't have and expected me to magically bail them out. Then something shifted in her voice. I honestly didn't know they were going to ask you to pay for everything. I thought they had savings or something. For the first time in years, my sister actually sounded genuinely sorry instead of just angry. They told me you offered to help because you were so excited and happy for me. They said you specifically wanted to do this as your gift to me. My heart sank. They'd manipulated both of us, playing us against each other. Daniela, I'm making $28 an hour as a brand new nurse. After my student loans, rent, car payment, and basic groceries, I have maybe $200 left each month. How exactly could I afford a $30,000 wedding? Long pause. I never actually thought about that. I just assumed because you have a real job that you were rich or something. That evening, Daniela posted a brutally honest story on Instagram. Not about her ruined wedding, but about how she'd been living in a complete fantasy world where she thought being an influencer was a real career while her sister worked 60-hour weeks to literally save lives. She announced she was going back to school and getting a real job. The wedding could wait indefinitely. 6 months later, Daniela and Trevor had a small backyard ceremony. She paid for it herself with money from her new job at a local marketing firm. It cost $2,000 total. My parents? They finally apologized after Daniela confronted them about lying to both of us. It took a completely ruined wedding for them to realize they couldn't keep playing favorites and expecting me to clean up their financial messes.